Hey, okay, Slaughter, welcome back. Still trying to figure out how to use a AOD team. Yeah, I don't know how to play, but I don't really know how to play them either. I would assume that as soon as you have enough EX meter, skill meter with Shinatsu, you do double tap E into what? Nangong? And you just spam her E until she uses up all her skill energy, I guess. I feel like there's something more specific you gotta do to play Nangong. I think you have to hold her, you gotta do like charge attacks or something. Though I don't know what that's for exactly. Probably trigger some of her kit, I guess. And then Arya is actually the simplest one. Well, that and Shinatsu. The main issue is how the fuck do we use how the fuck do you use Nangong in that team? Like what are you supposed to do with her? Cuz like the other two are pretty simple. Arya, you gotta play her a bit to get the hang of her, but once you get the hang of her, you get the hang of her. Ayo, this guy, welcome back. Ayo, Bubba, welcome back. Tried pulling for Sariel, but you got Grace instead. Oof. But then you, luckily you got her pretty early afterwards. Nice. Ayo, lady, welcome back. Okay, I'm gonna go do new Shiyu defense while I'm waiting for people to show up. Actually, I do need to go do my weekly, too. My weekly, fucking Hollow Zero run. Have I done my Tori Sunset this week? No, I haven't. I think Sariel's already good for now. Or already good. What does Sissy want again? See, she wants Exuvias of Refinement. Okay. These things, okay. Miyazic Priest. Did some pulls for Choyuan and Wua, but lost to Wind Girl. Got him singled right after. seems to be a recurring theme there. But hey, congrats on your early pulls, even if you did lose the coin flip first. She's pretty simple to play, but has like a ton of things in her kit. I see. Because I was able to get 20k against the wolf boss in Deadass last week, doing nothing but spamming Nangong, just regular skills. Like regular EX skills. Like I think at some point I tried using her charge attacks, but I was like, well, like what's the point of this? Like it takes too long. So. UMP40's kit has HP scaling. For some reason, I think the spreadsheet still recommends you go for a double attack crit rate anyway. So I don't know what's up with that. When Miyabi's doing those slashes, are the ice crystals, are they ice crystals or are they like Virgil or Virgil? You mean like his Omega slash or whatever it's called? Her style is pretty similar to Virgil. Yeah, no, people have compared those two a lot, especially back when she came out. Well, she does ice damage, so technically, if you were to come at it from a scientific point of view, you could probably argue that her slashes are physically made of ice crystals. I guess I didn't need who is it? Lucia's ult after all. Let's see. Okay, yeah, those are my three attempts. My 3 free runs this week. Charge attack does like 20% more stun, so EX and then go into full charge, you think. But if you still got 20k, it doesn't really matter. Okay, but you never know, or I never know. Maybe I'll actually need to learn how to do that, because that was the case back when I was still trying to figure out how to use Yidhari against the Wandering Hunter dude. Because I think the first couple of times that we had the Wandering Hunter boss, like the first or second times we had Wandering Hunter and Deadass, I was able to get 20k with my Yidhari team without even knowing how to play Yidhari properly. Or I wasn't using half her kit. But then the third time he showed up, that was like, oh, that was when I was like, oh, well, I probably should learn that. and chat taught me. People from chat taught me how to do Yudhari's her Omega counter move or whatever. The one where you get the special camera angle animation, where she counter attacks. She has a counter, but then she has a counter while she's charging her her heavy attack or charge attack or whatever. And she just does it if an enemy's stunned, because obviously she can't counter while his enemy's stunned. Yo, Crazy Wolf, welcome back. Can finally chill now that you've caught up with your own grind a little bit. And he pulls the yes, GFL2. I'm gonna do some Zenless chores while I'm waiting for people to file in. Let's get our Lost Void run done. Who they want me to use? Miyabi and Sariel? Okay. Ayo UI, welcome back. Ayo Blazing, welcome back. Is your 416 V6 yet? No, and she won't be for a while. Depending on how well my UMP 40 pulls go, I may go for another copy of 416 because she's here. Because my 416 is only V1, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, getting her to like V3, V2, or even V3 would be really nice right now. But I don't know. That depends on how well or how shitty my my GFL2 pulls go. So, at the moment, not sure. Or not sure how many, fucking pulls I can do for 416. You can't stop gooning over Hyuki and Yvonne. I see. So that's how you use Sario stacks then. Good to know. Nango is apparently busted with her engine. Yep, because their engine gives her a lot of the shit that that's really hard to get as a stunner. Because she's a non-standard stunner, I think. GFL2 pulls were crazy on your end. You went from V0 Rob to V0 Commander 9 to V4. Damn, alright. Is Robella even on raid up right now? I thought she was on raid up last patch. Unless you're trying to say that you got her, you managed to unless you're trying to say that you got her to V4 last patch. No, Denzel didn't pull Laney yet. I will after I'm done with some Zenless stuff. Did you see how a PGR-CC shitted on St. Tontus when he started glazing a PGR skin? No, but they should do more. PGR content creators should talk shit on that fucking clown anyway, so that's a good thing. Fucking retard thinks that he can glaze fucking PGR whenever he fucking feels like it. Good luck on your pulls while on both her and her weapons, so just gotta save for Feifusa now. Lucky you! I probably won't have the same kind of luck because my luck in GFL2 recently has been utter dog shit. Probably a bad time. Hey, area, welcome back. I should have probably went for Izua buffs, but whatever. PGR is removing orbs too. I don't know what that means. I don't play PGR. Oh, so, orbs is like the most controversial mechanic or something. I'll let UI explain that to me then. Clan was talking shit to Zanny mains in Woo? What? Why would he do that? Friendly fire? Fucking retard. Why Zanny? I don't know. Does my name sound like St. Tontus to you? Fucking go ask him. Do I look like a fucking retard to you? Luck comes and goes. Oh no, don't worry about it, dude. Yeah, I mean, I should be the one. I should be the one saying that. It's like, it ain't my first rodeo, that's for sure. But yeah, no, I'm just on a really very bad luck streak in GFL right now. So I'm kind of hoping that it'll turn around, hopefully sooner rather than later. Oh, this is awkward. I think Wandering Hunter is resistant to ice. No. He's resistant to physical damage. It's not I was about to say it like that. Everyone else's timeline is also filled with the AI Peeb 2B videos, that and the Enmin Penguin one. Put the fries in the bag, little sis. He doesn't like, Clown doesn't like Zanny because, you need Peeb to use her or clear content. I mean, along that logic, he needs to talk shit on basically 90% of Wood's cast, because, that's kind of how the game works now, unfortunately. Oh, what's that? You want to use Amy? You want to use Amy optimally? Hey, I hope you have a Lene. Oh, what's that? You need Toon Break? I hope you have Lene. Fucking retard. Orbs and PGR work like this. You do attacks, you get red, yellow, blue, and a random combination. You use the orbs and position them and do them three same colors. You call 3 ping. Uses character true damage. Lately, modern characters come out with their own systems that are less RNG, but they plan to remove the orb system entirely. So from ATs or 22 Mark 3, it's good for casuals and new players. Yeah, that sounds nice. That sounds good. Because, like, I think some RNG is fine. Like, we've dealt with FGO for the last fucking 8 years. So, some RNG is fine, I guess. Or it's like, if it's RNG that you can get used to, it's okay, that's one thing. But, like, I don't know how bad the RNG, that orb RNG felt in PGR, so I can't really judge it, but... How many AK-15s do we go for? I went for 3. V3 apparently is the quote-unquote low version cutoff, because at V3, I believe her starting attack, where she blows people up even before the fight starts, V3 lets her target like 5 more enemies, which is nice. So she gets to fucking nuke the entire. She gets to nuke even more maps that have more than 5 starting enemies. So I went for V3 personally. It's potentially run-ending RNG. Okay, then that sounds pretty bad. Then yeah, probably best if they get rid of it then, if that's how it is. Who's on banner in GFL2 right now? UMP40, sorry, Laney, Lewis, and 416. The Cluck. What'd you miss? Not much. Also, welcome back. He's a drama CC, yeah. Preaching to the choir there. I hesitate to even call him a creator at all, because creator implies he actually creates decent content, which he does not. Have you seen Satmod on Chinese release? Yeah, I saw, obviously. Hunter's weak to ice, actually. Yeah, I noticed. Because I remember, I know there's one boss that resists ice, and I think that's the Miasmic Priest. And I fought her during to do my weekly run, so yeah, I was thinking of her, I think. Yo, Chisa subs, and welcome back. Yo, ISI, welcome back. How much does an MP5 cost in FGO? Typically, around $1,000. Typically. Really depends on your luck, but average, in my experience, has been a grand per. If I wanted to calculate the exact, hold up. So typically speaking, 1,500 Saint Quartz is the average for an MP5, because you go off the presumed average of 300 quartz per every individual 5-star servant you pull in FGO. Technically, I believe the more realistic Saint Quartz count for like specifically the limited rate up servants is like 420, somewhere around that. But I usually go off of 300 anyway, because usually whenever you pull a 5-star, you do pull. You're supposed to pull the limited rate up, because rate up in FGO is what, 80%, as opposed to the fucking coinless that basically every other gacha these days have. So, assuming for the moment, even if it's not terribly accurate, that 1,500, 1,500 Saint Quartz is like the average number of Saint Quartz you need to reliably or somewhat reliably pull a MP5 servant FGO, a 5-star that is. That's what, 1,500 divided by how many Saint Quartz was in a pack again in FGO? 167, right? So it's almost nine packs. So 9 times 780. Actually, no, it's not that bad. It's only 720 bucks. So actually, MP5 5-star isn't that bad. Not because getting a big Hoya, a big gacha character to C6 or S6 or E6 or M6, take your pick. Usually takes $1,000 in my experience, because I've done that before for Genshin. Here's an example. You do a perfect rotation with an attacker. As soon as you swap to next character, your orbs are either lacking or you have blue, 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 red, blue, blue, and you have to ping red, then dodge cancel faster, get your 3 ping blue going. Blah blah blah. That already costs you time if you can play competitively on ladder, which to be fair is optional. If it's only something you have to worry about for endgame content, then I guess it's fine. But yeah. Like if it's a hassle even for casual players, then you know something's wrong with that sort of mechanic. Like you can have RNG in a game, and and if casuals don't mind or don't even realize there's RNG, then yeah, that's one thing. But it's like if it even affects, if it's a sort of RNG that even casual players can like they know it's there and they're like, well shit, this shit sucks. Then yeah, probably a problem with that. Ark Knights JP stream coming up soon. Right. Yeah, because of our next event. I gotta do I gotta stream icebreakers because I think we have another icebreakers event going on right now, right? So I'll probably need your guys' help to help me clear icebreakers. See, 2-2. Hey, Masamune, welcome back. Hey, Athesia. One of your buddies finally trying out OG Ark Knights because he didn't really care for Enfield. Oh, that's interesting. And we'll see how much he likes the original then. Is Zany not really worth it anymore in WoWa? Like, without trying to sound like I'm talking shit on the character, I feel like she has gotten outpaced. She was always never kind of that. I always felt like she was never that amazing, just personally. She's definitely a more defensive character, simply because you know, she can counter, she can parry, she can counter, and all that shit. Not to mention, like, yeah, she does really need, she does really want Peeb in her team so that she can, you know, actually make full use of her kit. So, not to mention, I feel like you have to work a little bit harder with Zanny to get the same result, if not less, than other characters. It's like, well, you know, Cartwheel exists, so like, why not just use her, right? And hey, guess what? Zanny's Spectro damage, I think. And hey, guess what? Lene exists. So like, don't get me wrong. If Zanny's, you know, still one of your favorite characters, you should still use it by all means. But it's not like oh, just because she's not as good as the other top tiers doesn't mean that doesn't mean that means that you can't clear ending content anymore. It's like, well, no, I'm sure you can do something with her, but. He's doing hard mode for Corpo story, and V3 was literally one-shotting half the field on entry on hard mode. Huh. Maybe I should start doing hard mode from now on too, even though obviously it doesn't give you anything except for a fucking name card. Actually depressing how oppressive Voy is. If you feel that way, then guess what? You don't need to use her at all. Give yourself a challenge. Don't use her. You always honest? Yeah, and I wish more gacha CCs were also honest too, just like me, but, you know, that's kind of a rarity these days. Rexon's the one I never talk shit about? Yeah, because I don't have a reason to. Not normally, anyway. Rexon is a gacha CC that I actually, you know, that I actually fucking respect. I mean, it helps that we came from the same community, because he and I both started on FGO, I believe. The difference is he started on the JP server, I started on the NA server. But yeah, no. Like Rexon is one, like I keep saying, like Rexon is one of the gacha CCs that I actually have genuine respect for. Like, if he does something stupid, then yeah, sure, I'll criticize that, but like, one, I don't have to worry about him doing anything stupid in the first place, and two, on the off chance he actually does, obviously I'm not going to be as harsh on him because, you know, he doesn't, unlike some other gacha creators, he doesn't have a fucking history of being a jackass. So it's like, oh, you know, everyone can make mistakes, you know? So on the off chance that he does, you know, screw up somewhere and he does or says something that, you know, like is worthy of criticism, it's like, you know, I'm not gonna go fucking slam his ass with a goddamn hammer or something. It's like, oh yeah, like, you know, maybe you shouldn't have done that. It'll be the end of, that should be the end of that. But yeah, no. I want to be pretty honest about what I think about gacha games and other creators. Then what's going on with you after sending you to pity for Nero? You got Ishtar or Spishtar and Alcone one multi back to back because they saw they saw you suffered. Yeah, FGO gacha be like that sometimes. Sometimes it'll throw you a bone. So. Not always, but when it does happen. Friend of yours said he paid, he dropped 2K, 2 grand, back then and didn't get a single FGO character. Yeah, I can see that happening. One of my, I was gonna call him a streamer friend, but, I think he was here in chat not too long ago, actually. And I think he's starting to stream again, at least a little bit. I'm assuming because he's been busy for the last, like, year or so. There's another FGO streamer named X0. His worst record was, I think he spent over 3,200 Saint Quartz for one copy of Abigail. So yeah, no, dropping $2,000 on FGO before it got its pity. Yeah, no, that was possible. Unlikely, but it happened to a couple people. So yeah, no, I believe your friend. He said I wouldn't recommend FGO for a new gacha player. Hey, Iwan, how's it going, man? Thanks so much for the 16-month resub. Or my GFL2 pulls. Haven't done them yet. I want to get through Zenless real quick and then do my Zenless pulls. Just chatting with the chat for a little bit, though, for right now. You say you don't recommend FGO for new age gacha players. Ark Knights not suited for new gen players. Ark Knight is kind of a weird spot because it's right at the cusp of like the divider between the divide between new age and old school gachas, and and the game itself kind of reflects that too. You see a lot of like you see a lot of like traits of both old school and new age gachas in Ark Knights. I guess, you know, appropriately so. One of the old school traits that OG Ark Knights has is that it has technically 5 different rarities of characters. because you go all the way from 1 star, or actually no, 6 different rarities of characters. Old school gachas, I don't know how often old school gachas had like multiple rarities, like a lot of different rarities, but FGO has like, you know, 5, technically 6 if you count Angry Mango. GFL1 also has like 4 or 5 different rarities of characters. Azure Lane is also the same way. It also has like 4 or 5 different rarities of characters. And Ark Knights also has like 6 different rarities. You go from 1 star all the way up to 6-star operators. So that's like a trait of like older gachas, having like an insane number of rarities of characters compared to like the new ones. But it also has a new age trait of like, in old school gachas, typically they let you carry, or they let you have multiple copies of the same character. Like in FGO, you can have multiple copies of the same character. It's not really gonna be very useful, to be fair. Like you can't ever. The only way you can use multiple copies of the same unit or the same servant is if you take a support. You can never bring in 2 copies of your own character. Though strangely, the game will let you level up individual copies of the same character. And the reason why they let you do that is because the game does allow you to have multiple copies of the same character on your support list. So that way you can have 2 of the same character, but with like different craft essences on them, or like different types of gear on them. The game will let you do that. But in other gacha games like GFL1, Azure Lane, those games just straight up let you use multiple copies of the same character. Just not on the same team, to be fair, but you can. Like I use double copies of 2 copies of Shimakaze in Azure Lane all the goddamn time because she's one of the best destroyers in the game just because of her rarity. And then GFL1, same thing. You can deploy like 14 different fucking teams in that game, and if you want to, you can have a character of this. You can have a copy of the same exact character in every single one of those teams if you really wanted to. And GFL1 probably had the strongest case out of the old school gachas that I played of, oh yeah, you really want to have multiple characters of multiple copies of a certain character. Because they were just top tier, and top tiers in GFL1 fucking run that shit. Yeah, 14 fucking P22s. Too bad Mika team didn't let the NA server let the NA server fucking farm multiple copies of M4. Gee, it would have been real nice if we could fucking run around with 14 copies of Mod 3 M4. Just have her fucking nuke the entire map. That would have been nice. But anyways, just to answer your question, Memi, Ark Knights I would still recommend to people. Ark Knights is one of those easy to pick up, hard to master kinds of games. Like, as long as you don't have a big problem with tower defense games, even casuals can get into it just fine. So yeah, no, I would recommend Ark Knights to like anybody. It's just that good. Uma also has no pity, only spark. I mean, it at least started with the spark, I'm pretty sure. Maybe, I'm pretty sure even on the JP server. And, hey, at least Uma's hard pity isn't 30 fucking multis like it is in FGO. It's only 15, it's half that. Makes sense, he's an Eastern CC. Yes, I consider Rexon to be an Eastern CC. Like, he does speak English fluently, but he lives in Singapore, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Not to mention, he has personal ties to Kuro Game, the devs behind PGR and WUWA. Like, I don't know if you know this, Memi, but Rexlent, he has such a personal relationship with the Kuro Game devs that they flew him out to their headquarters in Guangzhou to help them produce content for WUWA. Like, if you go back and watch the WUWA, like, interviews or some shit like that, like developer interviews or like some of their pre-launch live streams, you will see Rex on there. He's on their streams. Like during their developer interviews, Rexland is the one interviewing the devs. Like he's the one actually asking them questions. It also helps that he's also fluent in Chinese, but then again, you know, there's a lot of Chinese people live in Singapore, so. Not exactly surprised he knows Chinese. So yeah, no, Rexland is definitely an Eastern CC. The clown community hates Rexland. Yeah, because Rexland is everything St. Tondas is not. St. Tondas wishes the fucking retarded clown wishes he could be Rexland. Like I said in my hater manifesto, Rexland is in a completely different dimension than the fucking clown. You insult Rexland by putting his name and the clown's name together in the same fucking sentence. So yeah, no fucking shit. You wish more gacha games adopted FGO lottos you can dump all your apples for AP efficient farming? You really don't. No, I hard disagree on that. I don't want to call that a bad take or anything, but I hard disagree. Nah. As the kids say, kind of an L take, to be honest. No, the reason why FGO has lotteries is because base farming in FGO is fucking dog shit, dude. It's fucking dog water. The only reason why we feel that way, that we feel like, oh, lotteries is such great events in FGO, is because FGO farming in general is fucking dog shit, dude. No, you don't ever want to be, from a gacha standpoint, from a gacha player standpoint, you never want to be in a position where, oh, we need a lottery style event in you know, another gacha. It's like, no, there's a reason why lottery events only exist in like FGO and like other old school gacha games for that matter. It's like, no, you really don't. Like, I hard disagree with that one, man. Is that the reason why the clown hates him? He's just jealous because Rex is close to the devs? Yeah, maybe. I'm sure that's a big reason why. If he's even aware of that, which I'm sure he is, because, you know, St. Thomas is like that jealous ex, who constantly gang stalks you all the time. Maybe we could swap clown for Rex. As much as I would love that myself, nah. I don't want to do the Eastern gacha community that I don't want to do them that way. Though to be fair, you know, put the clown in China, and let's see how long he lasts with his fucking dog shit ass behavior. And I say that, but maybe he'll be just fine considering what the situation's like over there too. And maybe he'll be fine actually. Even if he does do well over there, at the very least, I don't have to worry about sharing the same fucking continent with him. Much less the same exact fucking state. It's mostly nothing burger. Yeah, because, you know, just like their favorite dog shit streamers, you know, those kinds of viewers are fucking, you know, zero IQ, smooth brain fucking, you know, fetal alcohol syndrome fucking retards. And the only form of content they ever fucking consume is drama! Drama this, drama that! Maybe you're thinking too fondly on hoarding mats that you would otherwise spend a whole day farming. I'm not saying that lottery style events wouldn't go hard in other gacha games too. It's just that there's no need for them. Because farming in all these other gacha games are so piss easy. Like, especially if you come from an older gacha background. Like, if you've played FGO at all, like, for any, like, you know, decent amount of time, to the point where at least you understand, like, how hard it is to farm shit normally in that game. It's like, any gacha game that you pick up afterwards is like, bruh, this shit is like the easiest shit ever, man. It's like, yeah, sure. Even for some of the grindier, like, new age gacha games, it's like, yeah, sure, maybe it'll take you, like, maybe a week. If you start from scratch, right? If you start with nothing, it'll take you, like, a week or so to get a whole character, like, built or whatnot. Like, maybe 2 weeks or so, by latest. Like, in Zenless or, like, I don't know, maybe Enfield, I guess. But, it's like, that's so much better than, you know, that's so much better than whatever the fuck you have to do in FGO, man. Because, like, I imagine if you start from scratch in a game like FGO, it's like, oh shit, man. How long is that gonna fucking take you? You meant gachas inviting legit CCs to talk about their games so they can actually improve stuff. So I'm sure some gachas do that. I would certainly trust Kuro Game to do that more often than like, for example, Hoya will. Let's see. Pick up the anomaly. Pick up the EX. Even making suicide a rash for farming takes quite the effort. Yeah, exactly. If you want to do it optimally, it's like, okay, well, I mean, getting a 1-star like a rash to level 60 to max level isn't too bad, obviously. But then, you know, you gotta get at least his 3rd skill to max level, and that requires a lore. And, you know, you need to do events to get lores because you can't farm them. So again, for like a brand new player, like someone who's starting from scratch, like with nothing, it's like, well, you gotta go get a lore first. That means you gotta finish an event somewhere, or like at least partially do an event because you can buy a lot of lores from event shops these days. But still, gotta grab a lore, right? And what is it? His 3rd, I think its 3rd skill was his battery, right? And it's like, if you want to make him even more optimal, you gotta unlock his A2, and that means you gotta get servant coins for his ass. Guess what? The only way to get servant coins is to keep rolling friend points. And you only get like 1 servant coin every time you fucking pull a copy of Arash in the first place. Okay. How many servant coins does it cost to unlock an Appin again? Oh, 120. Oh, and how often do new players get friend points? I'm sure even free to players can like rack up friend points like decently quickly, but like it's gonna still take you a while to unlock his A2. Not to mention you gotta level it up too, so all the way to max too for the 20% starting charge. So it's like, okay, well that requires yet another lore, which I guess the lore isn't too bad, because if you were able to get the first lore for his 3rd skill, then getting the second one shouldn't be too bad either. Because that assumes you're already at the point where you can like decently clear events anyway. So it's like at that point, it's like I think you'll be fine. And after you've done all that, it's like, all right, now you got to look for a decent 50% starting charge CE. It's like, well, I mean, sure. To be fair, we've got some in like that you can buy in shop now, but like, what? Don't you need fucking rare prisms for that shit? Maybe you can buy some of them with just regular mana prisms, but fuck, man, they cost you fucking 5K for all 5 copies. Because you kind of need to limit break them, because that's how you get them to that's how you give them 50% starting charge. It's like, oh fuck, man. It's like the fucking rabbit hole type shit situation that you find yourself in FGO. Okay. Yeah, all you also need to do is rank up skill too, because yeah, he doesn't start with 3rd skill either. Yeah. Gotta fucking do that shit first. I'm supposed to do this. Fuck. Why can't I switch over to my Miyabi? It's kind of overkill in the stun department. Interesting knowing that after Satma got announced, GFL gun enthusiasts, gun nerds start talking about parts needed to replicate your gun. Well, yeah, because the M4, what's an M4? So yeah, you can replicate it. You can't exactly get most of the rifles that, most of the guns that you see in GFL. How is an American supposed to get their hands on a fucking AN-94 exactly? Huh? Like maybe if they ever put AK-47 back into GFL2 from GFL1, then you know I'm sure you could go out there and like get like an American-made AK. But yeah, like good luck getting your hand as an American, even as a Russian maybe. Not even maybe even as a native Russian, it's like good luck getting your hands on a fucking perfect AN-94 copy, dude. Because they didn't make a lot of those things. As cool as it would be. Oh, right. The fucking Scott Outpost shop reset. Let's see. Grab the tuning calibrator. I'll save it for the daily performances this time. Let's see here. Hamster cage, and then I'll pick up the calibrator next. Waiting for AK-12? A lot of people are. A lot of people don't know an FGO, unlike in the GACHA, max level skills are often mandatory. Yeah, exactly, Masamune. I even said as much in my own FGO video a couple days ago. It's like, nah, bro. Like, if a skill is useful, you're fucking leveling that shit to level 10. Especially battery skills. Does it snow in America during winter? Yeah, up in the north. Sometimes we can get like freak weather incidents where like it'll even snow in areas you wouldn't expect. Like I think recently it even snowed in like Florida, which like how the fuck does it snow in Florida? But I think there was a town in Florida that actually got legitimate snow. Like I think not too much of it obviously, but you know, because you know that far south you can only get so much snow. But yeah, no, it does snow in America. If the terrain, if the geography, if the topography allows for it, or whatever the scientific term is for that. It's never snowed where I live, though. For example, because I live in SoCal. It never snows here. Like, I think the worst it's ever gotten was like, oh, we got a little bit of hail, maybe. But not snow. I think it hailed, like, once? Ever? I think? And that was, like 15 years ago or something? I don't know. But no, it does snow here. You just gotta go to the right places. See Zodan's video about saying, yeah, I think so. I think he put out a video fucking blasting his ass. Rightfully so. In my state, up in Northern California, I'm sure it can snow. Like normally. In certain areas. If you go high up enough into the mountains, yeah. Because, let's see. So, here in SoCal, we have a very unique geographic anomaly, I guess. Southern California is I think one of only 2 places on Earth, I think, if I recall correctly, where depending on where you are, you can see both the ocean and the mountains at the same time. That is very rare to have just globally on this planet. I think, unless it's more common than I thought. But last I heard, and then to be fair, I think my fucking middle school PE teacher told me this or told us this. But yeah, no. It's very rare on this planet to see both the ocean and the mountains from one vantage point. I think, maybe, with the naked eye. And Southern California is home of one such location. And yeah, if the temperature gets cold enough, you can see snow on the mountains. And the mountains aren't too far away either. Well, not terribly far. It's still probably like a 2-hour drive or something, but yeah, no. It does get cold AF. I mean, it can, but like the lowest temperature I've ever seen it go around these places is like maybe 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I think it's Celsius is probably roughly around 10. Might as well look it up. Oh, 4 degrees Celsius, 4.444 repeating. But like, to a lot of other people, that's not cold at all, right? You know, what we Californians consider cold is like fucking, baby shit for a lot of other people. Like people who actually live in like legitimately cold climates, or like up in the north maybe. So like, I'm a Californian, so like whenever you hear a Californian bitch about cold, it's like, well, how cold is it really, But it does get cold enough to snow, but you kind of have to down here in SoCal. You kind of need to rely on elevation for that, though. Again, if you want actual snow here in SoCal, you always have to go up to the mountains. Again, it's never, at least for as long as I've been living here, it's never been. It's never gotten cold enough just naturally to just have snow just everywhere. Not here anyway. The what is it? The weather here doesn't allow for that. Because SoCal is famous for its very very temperate weather. You usually you almost never get anything too crazy or out of the ordinary. Like at coldest it'll get like 40, like I said, or like around 4 or 5 degrees Celsius, and then hottest it'll get is maybe you can push 100, maybe, but usually the hottest it gets is like 90. 90, maybe 95. Pretty sure people won't be able to replicate the SOP mod as it involves a fucking grenade launcher. Yeah, but Sapo doesn't have a nade launcher in GFL2 though. Also, I don't know how much you know about guns, but SOP mod is like a kit, I think, for the M4 platform. It doesn't I think it might come with a grenade launcher with an M203, but you don't have to have it on. Oh, and Call of Duty 4 was 2007, not 2004. Area patrol? Oh, right, it's this. Do we know what discs Sissia wants? Oh, probably this. Excuse me. Actually, does she want these? These are new, right? Bunny in Wonderland, HP plus 10%. Oh, is this a fucking Jow piece? I think this is a Jow piece. Yeah, it probably is, yeah. I wonder why they gave this to us so late. Why didn't they just give this to us when they gave us Jow? Ice damage when when user triggers a bloom anomaly. Freeze anomaly? But that's Miyabi. I don't think Miyabi wants this. But is this setting up for like a another ice anomaly character later? Do we have another ice anomaly character? Maybe. So the bunny in Wonderland said it's probably for Zhao. I don't see anyone else who would be able to use that, or at least not obviously. Yadhari is Rupture. She's not an anomaly. Vlad is attacker, I think. Yeah, he's attacker, so he doesn't give a shit. Miyabi is our only ice anomaly, but she's more crit than anomaly. Or she uses anomaly weird, so like... is that for her? Maybe? Ellen is attacker, Lycaon is stunner, Sokaku is a support, and that's it. Yeah, so who's that for? I'm assuming that's for a future character. The fuck? Promea, I guess, if she's ice, but wasn't she supposed to be wind or some shit? Like maybe maybe not Promea, but maybe like either Norma or like Remiel, maybe? I don't know. Unless Promea does turn out to be ice. But like they're trying to shill wind, aren't they? So oh no, she is ice now? Oh, we already know that? Okay, then yeah, I guess it's for her then. Ew, okay. Huh, interesting that she'll be ice anomaly. Hopefully that means building her won't be too bad. When equipper is defense character, when equipper launches EX special for any blah 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 blah. Okay. So what she wants? HP percent. Ben. Actually, what stats does Zhao want anyway? Let me see if Pridwin's updated her guide on updated Zhao's guide. No, they haven't. Unless they have. Yeah, last profile update was back in December 31st, 2025. So yeah, no, they haven't updated this shit yet. Let's see. I can at least see what substats she wants. Let's see. Double HP, double crit. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so just looking for double HP, double crit. Let's see, this one has HP percent crit rate. Defense percent. If it doesn't have at least double HP, it's like, oh, actually, technically it does. Technically, this should be a decent enough one, I guess. I'll keep that just because. This is the ice set, so AP, blah blah blah. This one does not have any AP, so fuck off. Bunny in Wonderland, that's attack percent, so no. Bunny in Wonderland, ice damage bonus. Yeah, lovely. Zhao will really get a lot of use out of an ice damage fucking main stat disc. Nice, just what I fucking wanted. Ooh, this one has double HP. That's worth keeping at least. Defense. Oh yeah, main stat. Whatever. Fuck you. And no attack percent. So yeah, no, fuck you. Alright, got that weekly done. Got all the weekly shit done. Okay, let's go do Shio, and I'll pull for UMP 40 afterwards. Electric. Gee, I wonder who they're trying to shill here. Let's see, Fire Ether. This is the big ass roly poly motherfucker. Okay, so for here we can take Astra. Take these three. And for next fight, it was weak to fire and ether. This is the classic. Mercury and Bellion. There we go. Sissy fan art's getting spicy. Yeah, of course. With tits like that. She's technically ice, but she also works with wind. Oh, she's got wind synergy. Okay, I guess that makes more sense. Yeah, you're right. The SOP mod is more of a kit than an actual gun. Yeah, that's what I figured. You want MP41? I guess so. Might have some drama with that because, you know, MP40, MP41, you know, Nazi Germany guns, but at least that's a much safer, ironically, that's a much safer option than fucking putting any of the Israeli guns. No Negev, no Jericho, no Galil. It was just showing Saints Zenless gameplay with Twitter, people on Twitter roasting for being this bad at the game while having the audacity to blame Dez for this shit. I mean, that's still blasting him either way. You know, exposing that little fucking retard clown that Tectone fucking uses as a cock sleeve every other weekend. More jizz than brain inside that fucking little fucking skull of his. Probably never being released in the West. Yeah, because I mean the most like quote unquote troublesome, like politically sensitive guns are like the Russians, and even then they're putting in the Russians, no big deal. Well, you know, politically speaking, Russia is close with China, so there's that. But yeah, the German guns, especially the Israeli guns. Yeah, probably not gonna show up at anytime soon. At least not the fucking Nazi Germany fucking guns. The more modern German guns, they're no problem. But. Not sniper. What's it called again in English? Armor penetrating. What, anti-material? I mean, it's still a sniper rifle, it's just an anti-material one. One damage. We do have Israeli girls in GFL2. We have Tololo, AK Alpha. AK Alpha is American. Maybe. AK Alpha was designed by, like, Israeli designers? Let's see. Oh, no, it is Israeli. I always thought AK Alpha was American. No, it is Israeli. Yeah, semi-auto and semi-auto AK. It's semi-auto? It's not full auto? Why the fuck is it not full auto? Maybe the military maybe the military variants have a full auto option or toggle. Yeah, I thought it was always American. Well, I'll say this much. They probably... Actually, when did GFL2 come out? Game launched December 21st, 2023. Yeah, so that's before the Palestine conflict began. It certainly isn't their fucking first time. Because when was it when did the most recent one start again? Was it end of 2024? I think it was, right? October 2024. Let's see. No, it was 2023. Okay. Yeah, October 7th, 2023. And GFL2 came out in China on December 21st. So the game was in development for like way before the most recent iteration of the whole fucking Palestine conflict began. So yeah, I guess AK Alpha is the only Israeli gun in the game. I don't count Litara though, because she doesn't use what is it? She doesn't use whatever gun she does anymore. Actually, no. What gun does she use now? Does she actually use a the squad automatic, the SAW variant of the Galil? Yeah, she does. The Galil ARM. Well, she's the she's a SAW variant of it, I'm assuming, because she's classified as a machine gun in the game. Well, I guess we do have Israeli guns in the game. The problem is they're both debut guns, and they haven't added another Israeli gun since. So, and fat chance they will now. So. Does Switzerland have guns? I'm sure they do. I believe in Switzerland it's all Switzerland has a mandatory military service, I believe. So yeah, they definitely do, I would imagine. Is GFL2 specific? Is she original to that game? No, she was in the first game. I don't remember her at all in GFL1. She was one of the later guns, to be fair. I think she was added in like year 4, if I were to guess. So like, if you didn't play GFL1 for that long, or like or you only played it like the first couple of years it was out, but you quit, then yeah, you probably never saw her. Let's see, electric, physical. Which boss is this? Oh, the fucking big ass robot boss. Let's see, ice, ether, electric, physical. Well, this shit is electric physical then. I don't mind if I do. Give us back Bunny Girl Tar 21. You give us back Bunny Girl Tavor. Unfortunately, that's probably never gonna happen. You think it'd be hilarious if they released Tabuk and KH 2002? I mean, if they're friendly with if China's politically friendly with those countries that they're from, then yeah. I know Tabuk is what? She's literally Afghan or something. I don't know where the KH 2002 2K2 is from though. I see a new CZN character. I think I did, yeah, actually. Like a nurse. A pink-haired nurse with like under boob or something. Imagine if they made GFL1 story into an anime series. Well, they tried, but GFL Girls Frontline fans don't like talking about it. It's like the Tsukihime anime. It's they pretend it doesn't exist. All right, KSR, take care, man. Still with the UMP 40 pulls? Yeah. I probably should have done that first before you left. No one talks about the GFL2 anime. True. Opening goes hard in that anime. I don't know. Does it? I never bothered watching it myself. She just completely fucking missed on it. Would I visit Switzerland if I got 10 grand for it? Yeah, sure, why not? I don't mind Switzerland. Thanks. P226 is the Swiss Navy SEAL and Girls Frontline. Hope 2 gets it. What, as in like the joke or something? Ether. Oh, I should have used Shinatsu here. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. Actually, if I use Yuzua here, then I could probably still use Astra here, I think. Still get away with it. Event engine seems kinda worthless. Well, on Pridwin they say it's the 3rd best engine for Sariel, unless they updated it since we got it. Are there any 4-star DPS that are viable in endgame, or just 4 stars in general? In Zenless? Yes. I just watched a 40k score run with somebody who mains Corrin. I'm sure you heard of the dude who clears everything with solo Billy or some shit. In case you forgot about that guy. Viper is still solid for Anomaly, and Manata might be useful. Yeah. You see one of the worst characters alongside Ben? Yes, she is. She's doing a pretty bad job of being the worst character in the game. How'd I get a higher score with the Miyabi team than I did with the Yeshin Guang team? We're next to Zenless banners. If you're not counting Sissia, we don't know at the moment. Has Zenless even drip marketed anything recently? Actually, no. Zenless hasn't drip marketed shit yet, have they? Oh, no, they did. Yeah, no, they did. They already did. Earlier, what? Technically, it was last week. Yeah, they already dripped Promea and, Billy. But yeah, Sissia is up next, and the next patch's banners will be Sissia, not Sissia, Promea and S-Rank Billy. Okay, final room. Doing better with Miyabi than Yeshin Guang. Yeah. It's kind of funny how that happened. Then again, Minato is nowhere near as hard of a fight as the one that Yeshin Guang is in, to be fair. God damn, I'm trying to counter with Yuzua, but not doing it fast enough. Yeah, I just want to restart that. Why the fuck does it keep switching me back to Yuzula then? Is Saria like trigger where she fucking what is it? She rotates backwards instead of forwards? Yeah, she is. She does rotate backwards. Dude doesn't have enough HP for me to get 25k because I took too long during the first couple of runs. But now I know that Sariel is a fucking back swapper, like a trigger type shit, which means I have to set up my team like this. I didn't expect to counter that. Okay. Now I know how to play Sario. Pretty simple, actually. Well, I at least have a better idea of how to play Sario. Alrighty. Sissia Fun's looking pretty good. Okay, let me finally do my GFL2 pulls right now. Too bad, who was it? I couldn't do them fast enough for Chaos Lord to watch. But, well, he can, he's got the VODs for that, I guess. Crank up the volume here. Why am I just getting a black screen? Oh god, oh yeah, GFL2 crashed. Probably because of a memory leak. Alrighty, sound, crank that shit up. Game couldn't handle my aura. Yeah, probably game had to reset so that it could give me the worst fucking gacha RNG seed possible. But we'll find out. Surprised Miyabi is still that strong. To me, not really. I don't know, man. I always felt like she was pretty strong, even when she was getting a anti-shield. I mean, like like the fact that she got Yuzua is like, you know, that's pretty huge. Like even in teams where Yanagi is not the most ideal for her, it's like, well, she's got Vivian too if you have her. So I don't know. I do think that Yuzua being a thing where she's now our dedicated anomaly support. I do think that Miyabi having Yuzua support really does help keep her relevant. But still, you know, she's still really strong. Yo, Crackcaster, just in time to see me suffer in my GFL2 plays. Trying to get the new girl. I think this is her. Oh, that was a fake out too. Third multi. All right, I'll take it. Plus a fake out because I think the starting lights that weren't gold or anything. So I just skipped that shit. There we go. The king of coin flips? Nah, I can't say that about this game, man. Like this in the past, like what, 4 or 5 months worth of banners so far. Like I've been losing coin flips left and right in this game. So not so much for this game, but we'll see if the luck turns around soon. Maybe this is the start of it, but we'll see. And the fist bump girl. How good are dupes in this game? Been thinking of getting into it. If you care about optimizing your shit, then they are very important. But if you want to just take the game casually, and you're not so worked up over like getting endgame stuff done, then dupes don't really matter. Casually playing this game is pretty simple, man. Just pull for a character, pull for one copy, and you're done. But if you do care about having the best chance of clearing endgame consistently, then yeah, dupes are pretty important in this game. Excuse me. And it depends on the character too. Like some characters like don't care about dupes at all. Others really do. It really depends. Let's see. I think I don't need to go for the signature because I'll just be using 40 and my AK-15 team, so I'll just give her the Battle Pass SMG, I think, just to save on that on that shit. Which means that I can go for more copies of 416, because I think currently my 416 is at only V1. I think, yeah, only V1. So let's see how many copies of 416 I get. I believe her next breakpoint is, well, actually any copy of 416 is pretty good, I think. But I think they wanted, I think my next threshold is what, V3? Yeah, V3 is where you want to be at, or where I want to be at. Lets her ult against bosses twice. So I'll try to get her to V3 right now, and then maybe her next over time, over like her next banner or two, or next rerun or two, I'll eventually get her to V6. As you can kind of afford it in this game, yeah, thankfully, because this game's by far the most generous in terms of pull economy out of all the bigger gacha games. Remember my last pull sesh? I got so many earlies. Don't know how you can say my luck has been bad. Well, in the other gacha games, sure. But this game specifically, no. Not in recent times. When this game first came out, my luck was pretty damn good. Yeah, for like the first year or so. But or like the first like 8 to 9 months or so. But the second half that this game has been out for, my luck hasn't been as good. I've been losing coin flips pretty frequently. You know, my V6 Vepley can attest to that. What's the coolest gun in this game? The coolest? I mean, that's personal preference. My waifu is the Wa2K, the Volther 2000. It's this gun right here. Well, ignore the paint job. But this girl's my absolute favorite. my waifu, so to speak. The gun she uses, the sniper rifle she uses, is pretty fucking sick. It's one of the most unique weapons in this game. It's a German sniper rifle manufactured by Walther, and it was originally designed as well. It was designed as a response to the Munich Olympics massacre back in like the 80s or something. When terrorists took a bunch of athletes hostage and ended up executing them, ended up killing them all. So because of that disaster, this gun was developed. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately. Let me start with this first. The Walther is probably one of the peaks of German weapons manufacturing. It's like one of the pinnacles of German engineering. The problem is that these weapons were fucking expensive to make, as are many German products. Well, many German weapons or guns just in general. And they only made 200 of these things. So the Walther 2000 is one of the rarest weapons in the game, weapons or guns in the world. Because I think there were only ever 200 of them ever manufactured, and even less of them are actually still exist. And even less that are still in like quote unquote circulation on the market. So God knows how much one of these things is worth now. Mainly a collector's weapon at this point, with how rare they are. I mean, there's plenty of cool guns in the game. If you're just looking at it from a weapons standpoint, it's just which one do you like the best? This one's my favorite waifu. I guess if I were to go for like the coolest gun, I don't know actually. There's a lot of cool guns out here. Why is Love in Deep Space consistently a top performer? Oh, because the ladies love their slutty man whores. Pretty simple. The ladies yearn for the topless, Giga Chad, chiseled Greek gods. It's pretty simple. I'm gonna lose a coin flip in the next banner. Which gacha would I pick to lose it in if that gacha does have a coin flip? GFL, this game. Because this game, I know I have the pull economy to be able to recover. All the other gacha games, not so much. I easily make up lost coin flips and sheer amount of earlies. Yeah, but you see, you make it sound like I get earlies fucking left, right, and center too, and that's definitely not true. At least I don't recall that. I think lately, yes, because I did get Arya early, I'm pretty sure. And Arya wasn't that long ago. I forget if I got Nangong Yu early too. Hold up. Let me check my my gacha records in Zenless. Details. Search history. Let's see. Okay, so I got Nangong Yu there. So 1, 6, 11, 16, 21, 26, 31, 36. 41, 46. Yeah, I did get Nangong Yu early. It wasn't like a terribly early one, but still early. Like two or three multis early. So I actually did get two of the angels early. Technically, even though I did lose the coin flip for Shinatsu, 3 banners ago. I think I remember picking her up anyway off an early like multi, like 2 multis after I lost my coin flip. So I guess if you want to count that. But personally, I wouldn't, because, you know, that came after a fucking coin flip loss. Am I nerdy about guns? Kind of. I don't actually, like, you know, I don't go shooting, like, on a regular basis. Matter of fact, the last time I shot a gun IRL was, like, back in fucking... maybe this might sound strange what I'm about to say, but the last time I shot a gun was back when I was in high school, because I was part of a club where they offered firearms, like shooting as recreation, and so me and my buddy protagonist, because we went to the same high school together, we signed up for that, and we went down to a we went down to a range where we were taught, you know, firearm safety, basic firearms handling. We mainly only shot pistols and only 22s. I wish we'd gotten to shoot like 9mm or like a full-size rifle, but we never got to do that. I think no, actually we did shoot rifles, but it was only a 22 as well. So only 22 pistols, only 22 rifles. But yeah, I did kind of wish we got to at least shoot like 9mm or something, but. But more than that, more than the IRL experience, I play a lot of first-person shooters. My favorite genre of video game ever is modern military shooter, or like modern, like, you know, modern shooter type, modern FPS shooter type shit. So like, you know, Call of Duty, Combat Arms, Soldier Front back in the day. You know, I'd be willing to get into Battlefield if I had time for it. But yeah, I fuck with first-person shooter games that like use real life, contemporary modern guns. It's kind of what I grew up with. So yeah, naturally you know, being curious about the guns, I, you know, looked them up, read about them online, watched videos about them. I wouldn't call myself a gun expert by no means. Not trying to say that at all. I'm more of a closet nerd, sort of, about it. But I don't claim to know everything about them. I'm just enthusiastic about guns. Special reason that GFL2 character was my waifu. She was my waifu in the first game. Since you're asking me that, who asked that? Oh yeah, since you asked me that, Intellectual Joker, allow me to pull up the first game. I might have to download some updates here, but it shouldn't be too bad at least. I haven't logged into GFL1 in a while, so I'll probably need to log back in again at some point. Or I'll probably have to log back in. I sure hope I know what my password is. I think it's this one. But yeah, long story short, let's see, let me go back to my fitting room. This girl was my, is my waifu in the entire series. She was in the first game, and she came out when the first game first came out too. The fucking login system is fucking dog shit as always. So we have music from 2 different games playing. Fuck off, Kalina. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. Where do I put GFL1? I guess I'll put it in the top right corner. Yeah. So, game on the top right corner is Girls Frontline 1, the original game. GFL2 is, by its name, you should probably be able to figure it out. GFL2 is a sequel. Takes place 10 years after the events of the first game. The girl you see on the top right is the exact same girl from on the bottom. She was my favorite character in the first game. She was my favorite. And therefore she's still my favorite character in this game. So much so that I have 5 different copies of her. I have 5 different copies of the exact same character, and I gave marriage rings to every single one of them. One for every skin she has in the game. I think she still has 5 skins. I don't think they've given her any more skins recently. Maybe they have. No, she still only has 5 skins in the game. The devs forgot about her like past like fucking year 2 or 3. So this is all the skins she has. But I have 1 copy of every skin. I have 1 copy of her for every skin she has in the game. Got them all max level and shit, max skill, and then married each and every single one of them. So yeah, I kind of like this character, just a little bit. Yeah. To get a V6, R6, and GFL2, you only need like 1,300 pulls statistically. Yeah, I had somebody in my chat who was waiting for AK-15 to show up, and when she finally did, 3-4 weeks ago, he splurged all his savings, and he got her V6, R6 pretty damn easily, because he'd been saving for literally the entire game up until that point, I think. Do I play Exedra only for the IP because of the gameplay? No, for the IP, because I like the characters. Homono's my favorite character in the Madoka series. I also like Mami too because she's got fat tits. I guess the titular character, I guess Madoka is pretty cute too. But my favorite 2 characters are Homura and all of her variants, and Toma and Mami. Is GFL1 more like Blue Archive? In what sense? Like art style? Maybe? Like GFL1 is a 2D game, if that's what you're saying. Yeah. GFL2 is mostly 3D models, but then you still have some 2D art here and there for the splash arts and shit. But if you're saying in terms of like art style, then I guess if you want to look at it that way. But like that's the only way that those 2 games are similar. Well, actually, the gameplay is actually hilariously, at least on like a basic conceptual level, their gameplays are also somewhat similar, but even still, they're pretty different. But anyways, that's the first game. But yeah, she comes from the first game, so that's why I like her a lot. Anyways, let me finish up my GFL2 polls here. Hopefully I can get at least another copy of 416 here. Have I watched Madoka? The original anime, yes. The original anime. I also watched the 3rd movie as well, Retribution or whatever that movie was called. Me and my friend protagonist, we're still waiting for the fourth movie to come out, but Jesus Christ, they keep fucking delaying that shit for some reason. Still not exaggerate. No, we have a PC client, dude. So yeah, no, fuck playing that shit on mobile. Like my iPad could barely play that shit, man. It would like crash every fucking 30 minutes or something. So it's like, thank God we got a PC client. So no, Crackcaster. Did they? Oh shit, yeah, you've been out of the loop for God knows how. They put out a PC client like a while back. Like it took them a couple of months to put out. It took them like a month or two to come out with the PC client, but they came out with them pretty quickly. Oh, Skull Cat, nice. Oh, it's 416. Nice. But yeah, no, they gave us a PC client for Exedra pretty quickly. Like we only had to wait like a month or so, maybe 2 months. Remember showing on iPad? Yeah, I also had it on my phone too, for a little bit. Okay, won that coin flip. Playing gacha games like I'm Five Nights at Freddy's security guard. Yeah, you should be here for one of my streams where I have 6 gacha games open at the same time. I've done that. I've done that before too. All right. I guess we're going broke for V3 416 then. Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if this pays off. But yes, Sakura and Bochi. Nice name, by the way. I play a lot of gacha games. If you want to see exactly how many, I believe this one's it. Yeah. If you want to know exactly how many, this is the full list of gacha games that I main, by the way. Not just play, like a casual. No, I main all these gacha games. Well, except for Do It Night Abyss. Ignore that one. But everything else, yes. Friend's also a Madoka fan. Yeah. We share a lot of anime interests. So. Not terribly surprising. Damn, that's actually crazy. Yeah, I'm the one Western gacha streamer, or a gacha CC who lives here in the West. I'm the only one who plays that many gacha games. Nice. It's 416. Alright, 3 coin flip wins in a row, one of them being very early. Alrighty, girls' frontline luck has been fixed now, thank God. Hey, well, free Peritia, I guess. She's already V6 though. But hey, I guess my next 5-star is guaranteed. Too bad it just wasn't another V16 straight up, but hey, if I'm gonna have to lose a coin flip, might as well lose it there. Holy, yeah, alright. Well, GFL, can't say my GFL2 looks bad anymore, not with those polls. Alright. She's at V3 now. I'll try to get her to V6 over like her next rerun banner or two. It'll probably take me 2 more rerun banners, because going for 3 copies of a character is probably a little bit too much. So I'll probably need another 2 reruns, most likely. Of course, you get the cat lady. Yeah, would have been nice if I got Mosin Nagant, but whatever. I think most of my perma characters are all at V6 anyway. Cause yeah, AK Alpha is already at V6. QBZ is already at 190. Is already at V6. Vepley is obviously at V6. Because she was the character who spooked me twice last time, so fuck that. Fuck this bitch. Peretti is at V6. She's been like that for a while. Actually, Faye is not at V6 yet, but she's getting close. She's already at V4. Does she have an expansion key now? Oh, she does. All right. Cool. Give that to her because I actually use her for my physical phase clashes now. That's pretty cool. Am I keeping VSK or am I gonna switch over to DP12 when she drops? I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if DP12 has a good dorm camera angle. If she doesn't, or if I don't like him as much as VSK's, I'll just stay on VSK. Yeah, I only had like V1. Yeah, barely V2 Mosin Nagant. So I've gotten the least copies of Mosin Nagant out of all the permas. I think is Bathild? No, Bathild's like PPSH, so she's technically not a perma character. Not somebody who can spook you during the polls anyway. See what I mean? Early God. Was that last copy of Oh no, you're talking about the coin flip, yeah. For the next banner, I'll be secure for whoever comes next at least. But if it's somebody like if it's DSR 50, it's like holy shit, man. Yeah, I'm going for I'm gonna try going for V2 on her ass if I can, or whatever level she's at right now. Or whatever version level they recommend for her. Lorelei. Yeah, V2. They recommend V2. So hey, we'll see how we'll see what my next couple of coin flips look like then. After my guaranteed, of course. Yeah, let's all up Laney. Yeah, Bathild and PPSH are both platoon only, unfortunately, so it takes a while to get them to V6. At least you can get them to V6 for free, it just takes a while. Yeah, always losing the Deathly. Yeah. Is Genshin on a menu today too? If I have time to play a little bit afterwards, but I think I can only stay here for like another hour. I spent a little too much time just yapping and playing Zenless, I think. But after I'm done with GFL2, because I don't really have much to do in GFL2 right now. After I'm done leveling up this girl, I'll switch over to Genshin. Bathild's signature is really good, but it's also unique. I mean, to be fair, we don't have that many machine gun users in the game anyway, so it's like how many different machine gun MG gunners are you really gonna give it to, you know? You basically only play WoWa and Enfield now. Though you do want to try NT when it comes out. Yeah, man. I really like gacha games. I mean, I go so far as to say that I love gacha games. In case you couldn't tell, with how many gacha games I do play. However, yeah, just play as many gacha games as you feel comfortable with. You know, just because you see me or other people like juggle a whole ton of gacha games or whatever, it's like you don't have to feel like you gotta keep up with like a bunch of other gacha games, just for clout. It's like, I mean, most people don't anyway, because even a single gacha game is a huge investment. So like, you know, the more gacha games you pick up, you know, that just makes it even worse. Then it just makes your whole gacha experience overall just worse and worse and worse. So yeah, no, you gotta you know what your limits are and shit like that. Let's see, what were UMP40's preferred attachments again? Or preferred stats again? But yeah, as long as you're enjoying the gacha games you're currently playing, then yeah, that should, you know, that should be good enough. Is RPK 16? No, she's not. You'll know if they add her ass. You will know if GFL Twitter will explode if they ever do add RPK 16 back into the game, or back into GFL2. There will be generational crash outs from the girls frontline community as soon as they see her show up again. Let's see. Standard double attack, double crit, muzzle, 2 pieces with double attack HP %, and then 1 piece with double attack crit. Okay. I think I can do that, actually. Oh, they even highlight the stats that they really want. Nice. Okay, so we got her a good muzzle. Physical boost, I believe. Yeah, ballistic boost, physical, same thing. Actually, instead of... Actually, no, it doesn't matter which pieces she gets these stats on, actually, now that I think about it. So, let's see here. Okay, she doesn't have a sight that has double attack crit. So, we will go for double attack HP instead. Let's see. Damn, she doesn't even have that either. She's got double HP attack, but not the other way around. So, that's kind of awkward. I guess I can give her this for the time being, but then I'll have to be on the lookout for another for a better double attack HP piece. This one's perfect, right here. And then this double attack flat HP. We don't really want that. Yeah, we don't have double attack HP %. We only have flat HP. So I'll give this one to her for now, but then we're going to have to change that. And calibrate this, because this is already a perfect muzzle. Let's see. Actually, this is actually a really good stat spread. So keep that. Excuse me. See, I think we had a double attack crit rate physical piece here, no? Yeah, we do. We got a couple, actually. So we'll give her this one. Pretty good rolls there. And then, yeah, these are the ones that we don't have double attack HP % pieces for. Yeah, double attack flat HP. This one's actually only double HP attack. So I'm still gonna have to look for some decent pieces there. Wish there was another shooter gacha. DNA feels more like Warframe, which is not really your cup of tea. Snowbreak doesn't really scratch that itch either, and Street Nova not really either. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about, Sakura. Yeah, no. I'm the exact same way. I'm also waiting for like another like good like I prefer arcade shooters. Like I grew up with FPSs over the years, especially arcade shooters. So like Call of Duty, Battlefield technically counts, I think. But yeah, I grew up playing a lot of different like free-to-play online shooters like Combat Arms and Soldier Front and a lot of other games like that. A lot of other shooters like that. I also played a ton of Dirty Bomb back when it was popular, like almost a decade ago by now. So yeah, no, like I'm praying for a good like. Personally, I prefer first-person shooters, but in the gacha genre, obviously, it's like, yeah, you kind of need to go third-person, because it's like, well, for obvious reasons, right? People want to see their waifus and shit like that. Though, to be fair, it's like, hey, make a first-person view, and then let people just look down at the character's fucking fat-ass titties or something, I don't know. Personally, I think that for a really good, successful shooter gacha to come out, preferably you want to have both third person and first person, so that way you can give people the option to just choose, right? Best of both worlds type of shit. Obviously that'll add a lot of development time to that, but I think it'd be worth it, right? So that way if you want to play in first person, you can. If you want to look at your character models in third person, you can too. So yeah, one of those again, one of those best of both world type shit situations. And yeah, the current shooter gachas we have right now are like I feel like all of them are kind of like lacking something. I haven't played much DNA. I've never played Warframe before. But yeah, I kind of see that because like DNA is not really a shooter. Like you can shoot people, I guess. Like it's an option, but it's not like a main focal point. It's not like the game focuses on that much. But Snowbreak is third person. And while that's cool and all, it's like, well, it's third person, not exactly first person. And I much prefer FPSs. Not to mention, it's like Snowbreak gameplay gets kind of old after a while, so. And yeah, Srinova is more. Srinova is a search and destroy. It's like a CS:GO type game, like it's a one life game where it's like, unless there's like a deathmatch style game mode in Srinova, but then again, it's still third person. It's still a third person shooter, so it's like, how much am I gonna really enjoy this personally? So yeah, like I know I don't know if you're exactly looking for the same shit that I am, but I don't know, maybe you are. Either way though, yeah, that's what I'm waiting for personally. A good first person shooter, waifu gacha where the point is that you're supposed to play it first person, but you can switch to third person, I guess, if you want. Like even better if it had like a decent and like sort of balanced PvP, but gacha games are usually pretty shy with PvP or about PvP, so who knows. If you felt like Snowbreak puts more emphasis on the abilities, true, yeah, that too. Not gonna lie. Yeah, you're definitely right about that one, now that you mention it. I think when Snowbreak first came out, it was more like that. It's like, yeah, characters had abilities, but they still relied on you actually shooting people. But yeah, no, ever since Snowbreak went down the whole waifu route, the fucking Gunner route, which, I'm not trying to criticize them for that. I like that they went down the Gunner route, because if they didn't, they'd be dead by now, or the game would have EOS'd by now. Yeah, character abilities these days don't really focus on like actual like FPS skill, like shooting skill, and more just press a button, your character does something. So yeah, no, I get that. I get that completely. Maybe an anime gacha Borderlands would hit pretty hard. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I've never played Borderlands before, but I understand the appeal. Like the whole like random weapons you could possibly get. If you're really lucky, you get like an insane gun drop or something. You run around with that. Run around with that. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, we can only pray that there's a company out there's a dev out there who's working on something like that. But who knows? Is it right to say we celebrate gacha here? Yeah, of course. I'm a gacha creator. I think gacha creators, just in general, are like a celebration of gacha games, right? Or at least they should be. Unfortunately, with most creators only playing, like, you know, the big 5 gacha games, and the only time they ever play other gacha games that aren't the big 5 is when they're getting sponsored to play them. So, like, unfortunately, most people aren't what I would consider to be, you know, creators, but, or, like, actual gacha players. They're more like tourists at best, and that's it. But, yeah, for any gacha streamer out there, you know, not to toot my own horn here, but, you know, other gacha creators like myself who actually play a wide variety of gacha games, yes, but yeah. By default, you know, we as creators kind of like represent a celebration of gacha games in general. Or at least, you know, I would hope so. Let's see, fixed key 1, I believe she wants this one. The second one she wants is this one, I think. Yeah, I think the emblems look pretty similar. And then alternatives for dispel fixed key 5. Well, she could take all 3, so why not? Okay, give her this. Hey, she came with her own expansion key immediately, so that's pretty cool. Yes, attack HP. That's perfect because she wants attack HP. Yeah, also attack HP. Perfect. And this is her affinity key, so we don't. And she doesn't have that yet. Alrighty, excellent. Still gotta go grab farm some more attachments for her, but she's decent right now. Or she's. I think I can use her even right now, but. Core 17 is getting closer to a max Sentinel core, so she's almost done. After I'm done with her Sentinel cores, I'll probably start upgrading UMP 40s. Yeah, that should do it for GFL2 for today. Girls Frontline 3. Mostly watch Jonaza. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think he's cool. Jonaza is one of the better gacha creators, I think. Like, I'm not saying this to criticize Jonaza or anything, but you know, he's got his moments where I'm like, you know, maybe he could have said that a little bit differently, but I think Jonaza's cool. He's a, as the kids say, he's a W gacha streamer. Definitely one of the better ones, at least. Though, to be fair, it's not hard to be one of the better gacha CCs, given how many other gacha CCs out there are fucking hot dog shit. But yeah, Genazot's cool. How do I feel about DNA? I haven't played it seriously to like really say. Originally, my intention was to actually really sit down and grind it out during the first month that it was out, but DNA came out like right when I started my my side gig of food delivery. So like I was busy spending more time on that and figuring out how to do the whole food delivery shit back then. So I just did not have the time to that I wanted to spend to like focus on DNA and play it to get a sense of like what it's like. Like my plan was to eventually get around to doing that at some point, but it just never worked out. And on top of that, now DNA's got the whole fucking hacking issue going on, so you know, maybe now is not the time to really get into DNA right now. So maybe at least wait until the devs say that they've addressed the issue, or you know, even better, hopefully they fixed it by now or soon. But we'll see. So you know, I can't say. I'm not the right person to ask about how good or bad DNA is. I wish I did, but Unfortunately, you know, I'm not a full-time content creator, obviously, so I don't have all the time in the world to play, you know, do nothing but play gacha games. Sure wish I did, though, but I gotta suffer, real life, gotta suffer through real life some more. When will 416's wedding dress be released? I don't know. Go ask Mika. There is a first-person gacha called Calibiao. I don't know how to say that. This is not very good. Okay, then I guess it makes sense why I never heard of it. What is CN the global schedule? We're about like 6 months behind, I think. I don't think we're a full year behind the Chinese server. I don't think. Maybe we are. I think we're more like we're in between like 6 months to a year behind the Chinese server. At this point, I think we should follow the Chinese server like relatively closely. Like don't take my word for it, obviously, but like at this point, we've gotten all the characters that we've needed to up until this point, I think. I guess the only character that we got that's kind of that kind of like is way out of order is Sakura, this girl, right here. This girl. Sakura is our last like way out of order character, I think. But excluding her, we've gotten everyone up until this point. So I don't know. I think, again, don't quote me on this, but I think we should hopefully be on track now, I think. They could probably still throw a wrench in our schedule even still. Like maybe they go out of order again and give us like fucking, I don't know, M200 first or something like that. But I think we should be on track again. Like if not now, then hopefully soon. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I'm no Mika team whistleblower, that's for sure. Is Nikkei up there among the top gachas that you can play? It's an excellent casual gacha. It's one of the best readily available casual gachas that you can play. Except for its early game. Its early game can be kind of a slog, to be fair. But once you stick with Nikkei for like a month or so, like over a month, and you get past the initial early game slog, then the game becomes pretty damn casual friendly. Because at that point, once you're past like the early game shit, and you're past most of the tutorials in the game, then the game like it's all the game is basically just do your dailies. There's no grind at all in Nikkei. It's just do your dailies. You know. Read the story, and you're good. That's it. Oh, and I guess keep up with story, I guess. But, you know, that kind of goes without saying. But, like, is it among the top gachas for me personally? No. Not definitely not. But, like, removing my own personal bias from it, from a casual standpoint, yes, Nikkei is definitely one of the best gachas out there. It's not even out yet. It's a 2027. Oh, or are you just theory crafting? It's called a WTF, a waifu tack shooter. That would be hilarious. Am I gonna play Azure Marilla? Yes, Fenric, I will. I know that I know that Twitter's been getting like what closed beta footage, slowly but surely. I've been seeing a little bit pop up on my timeline here and there. But yes, I'm gonna play that game. Am I in the most recent story chapter? Actually, no. I haven't been keeping up with story for a while now. I think the other night I just barely got started on catching up with story again. I think currently I'm on like chapter 32 or something. But only because I need to stock up on more gems to prepare for our anniversary. or half anniversary, or whenever our next anniversary style event shows up. Because yeah, it's half anniversary, I'm pretty sure. Because our actual anniversary takes place during November/December. So yeah, May/June should be our half annie. Our 3.5 anniversary, I'm pretty sure. One of my personal top three are Ark Knights, Zenless, and Wuwa. That being said, that's kind of it's kind of misleading whenever I say that, because I genuinely do like all my gachas that I play. It's like, yeah, sure, there are some gachas that I play that I like more than others. But like when I say top 3, it's just like when I say top 3, it's just the gacha games that I just personally enjoy playing at the moment. It can change depending on what happens. And like even though technically speaking Genshin isn't part of the top 3, it's like that like even still Genshin still has like a very special place in my heart, just because the first month when Genshin came out, the first month or so back when Genshin first came out like 5 years ago, was like the most magical time that I've ever had the pleasure of playing gacha games in. Like, there's just no comparison. Like, Genshin, the sheer vibes of playing Genshin back then, in what, the months of October to like November/December of 2020. No other gacha game before it has been able to quite capture that vibe, and no gacha since has been able to either. It's just, you know, at the moment there are several other gacha games that I enjoy playing more than Genshin. But, you know, don't let that take away from the fact that Genshin is still one of the all-time gacha greats. Like, despite what you might think about it. Which Ark Knights? Oh, OG. I would actually put Ark Knights Enfield up there too. But at the moment, I'm putting it after Wuwa, so number 4. So just outside my top 3. Only because Enfield hasn't been out for long enough. I'm of the personal opinion that you can't judge a gacha game accurately without at least 6 months of playtime. Because gacha games are long-term commitments, and there's no way for you to be able to... it is physically impossible for you to judge a gacha game in, like, the first week or, like, even the first month. Anybody who tries to review a gacha game in, like, the first month of it being out has no idea what the fuck they're doing or talking about. Or they might know what they're talking about, but it wouldn't be in good faith. Now you get me. You say you stay with Genshin. You stuck around with Genshin for longer than most people. Stopped playing after completing, like after you got to like the middle of Natlan. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, gacha games can get old after a while. Or, you know, maybe you just can't keep up with a certain gacha, or you just, you know, something. Shit happens all the time. Yeah. Yeah, no, gacha games need time to review. So, like, as much as I love Enfield personally, right, as much as it would be easy for me to just throw it up there in the top 3, it's like, well, no, I can't do that yet. Wouldn't be fair to all the other gacha games I've been playing for years compared to Enfield. So, yeah, no, I want to be a little bit more reserved in my judgment there. And, you know, wait until we've played Enfield for at least 6 months. Preferably a whole ass year, but at least 6 months. So yeah, anybody out there making a review on any gacha game that's only been out for like barely a month or less, like, yeah, no, like, sorry. Like, you're not, if you don't, either you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, or you are not doing this in good faith, man. But you know, that's my opinion. Anyways, we're good on GFL2 now. I got everything I wanted to get done in that game. Okay, I can take off this little image here. There we go. Go ahead and mute GFL2 and then exit out of it. Alright. I'll just chill on a little bit of Genshin, I guess. Though to be fair, I gotta get out here in like half an hour anyway, so I don't know how much I'll be able to get done in Genshin, regardless. Alright, we'll switch the category at least. Okay. Exit out of Zenless. Actually, make sure that I've gotten everything done here. So, yeah, no, we're good. Okay. And then Genshin time. I'll have to do a dedicated Genshin grind stream anyway because I need to get the exploration mission done, or the exploration thing done. Yeah, I only have like less than 4 days left to get the rest of these the FOMO gems. Complete the quest Nightingale's song. I gotta go find where to do that next. So yeah, I'll definitely do a dedicated Genshin stream. Dedicated Genshin stream and dedicated Wuwa stream. Maybe I'll do dedicated Genshin stream tomorrow and a dedicated Wuwa stream on Sunday. We'll see. Hey Bakaneko, welcome back, man. How's it going? Thanks so much for the 71 months. 1 more month until the 6 years. But yeah. How's it going, dude? Hopefully you're looking forward to the weekend. Part of the magic of gacha, in your opinion, is how they kind of capture the feeling of MMOs. Yes, I agree. Even though I've never played MMOs myself, MMOs, I think, just from what I've seen, MMOs are the, I guess they're the other gacha that they're the most related to, or genre that they're most related to. Yeah. Since you said you also kept up with the Genshin for a while too, maybe you know this too, Sakura. But you might remember back when Genshin first came out. When like a lot of people were like brand new like gacha normies got into it, or yeah, like normies got into it, right? Or at least like non-gacha people got into it. A lot of them came from MMO backgrounds, and they legit thought Genshin was an MMO, because like yeah, like Genshin being like the first like major 3D open world gacha game, yeah, it had the vibes of an MMO. And so, yeah, a lot of people mistakenly thought that, oh yeah, Genshin's an MMO, and they treated it as such, which was a mistake, to be fair, but to be fair, yeah, MMOs are like the closest relative of gacha games as far as genres are concerned. People play MMOs as if they're a single player these days anyway. Yeah, certainly a lot of people, yeah. Because a lot of people don't really care, either don't care or they don't want to engage with like the PvP stuff. At most, like PvE, maybe. But yeah, no, I get you. Lighter's still in rerun jail. Maybe they'll rerun him with alongside who is it? S-Rank Billy. Is Genshin up there with the GOAT of gacha? Gacha's FGO. I wouldn't call. Would I call it FGO the GOAT? The GOAT gacha? Nah, I don't know. Probably not. But they're both culturally significant for their own reasons, yes. Are we in CBT2 for Azure Lane? I think so. Maybe. Don't quote me on it though, because obviously I'm not playing it. Titties, yes. Hey, yo, Asniax, how's it going? You need to do exploration too? Yeah, same here. Been procrastinating on it, so I gotta get it done. Would you recommend people play more than one gacha for diversity? Yes, absolutely. Just not at the same time, though. Because, again, most people cannot handle, like, more than 1 or 2 gachas at the same time. Like, starting 2 or more gacha games at the same time, most people can't handle that. I wouldn't even want to do that myself either. Unless, like, I chose to for some reason. Certainly not right now. Yes, I would encourage, for like normal gacha players, I would heavily encourage them to like try out more gacha games out there. Because my biggest grievance with the gacha community at large on the internet is that most players, if they even play gacha games even, assuming they do, Most people only ever play or I've heard of like the bigger gacha games. So Genshin, Star Rail, Zenless, Wuwa, maybe Enfield, but like those may be some of the biggest gacha games out there. But they are far from the only ones, right? Gacha games are not just those 5 and that's it. But the problem is that many gacha gamers out there, especially on social media, they talk as if those 5 gachas are like the only gachas that exist. Well, maybe not Enfield players, because Enfield came from, Ark Knights, OG Ark Knights, but even still, like, especially like the Genshin crowd and to a lesser extent the Wuwa crowd as well, at least in my opinion. A lot of people from those communities, and Star Rail too. Oh, sorry, Zenless too, I guess. Yeah, just the big 4 gacha games except for Enfield. A lot of their players on Twitter talk and act like, those are the only 4 gacha games that exist. And that kind of bothers me as someone who, fucking plays like fucking 20 different gacha games. It's like, no, like these aren't even really gacha players. It's more accurate to call them fucking Hoyo players. Hoyo plus, Kuro game players, I guess. Can't even call them Kuro game players because a lot of Wuwa players don't even play PGR. Just look at fucking St. Tonkus. So, yes, I would heavily encourage regular players to like look around, like search around for other gacha games that they feel interested in picking up and playing that aren't just like the big 5 biggest gacha games on the market. And for creators, like for content creators like me, I would take it a step further and say that it should be required for them to play at least one big gacha and then play one like smaller gacha outside of that. And not for a sponsor, mind you, for like an actual gacha that they actively keep up with on their own. And no, I don't count it if they use a fucking pilot. Fuck that shit. Fucking using pilots when you're a fucking creator. Fuck out of here with that lame ass fuck ass shit, dude. Fucking play your own fucking gacha games. Fucking gacha games, man. You don't play PGR? Neither do I. I do eventually want to try it out, though. PGR is on my short list of gacha games that, if I can somehow manage to turn content creation to like a full-time thing, I would love to pick up PGR, because I've heard nothing but good things about it ever since it became a thing. Or ever since it became, popular, I guess. But yeah, I would love to pick up PGR just to try it out. And see if I enjoy enough to like, add it to my ever-growing list of gacha games that I made. But yeah, like there's nothing wrong with like not playing like a previous gacha game by a certain dev company, I play all the mainline Hoyo gachas, but I've never played Honkai Impact, and I probably never will, unless I just unless something happens where I change my mind on that, but yeah, the thing is though is I don't feel the need to talk shit on PGR like a lot of fucking Wuwa players do out there. What do you mean you never played Tears of Temis? Yeah, sorry, my bad, dude. Got me there. But hey, in my defense, a lot of the fucking, bad character design people on Twitter have never even heard of Tears of Temis either. Bad character design. Oh, we want more husbandos in Zenless. Oh yeah, if that's the case, have you ever heard of this game called Tears of Temis? Feel like that's the fucking better game for you to go fucking, you know, be a squatter in, bitch. Fucking gotcha squatters. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Bad character design. Holy fucking retards, Batman. Dog shit ass gotcha Twitter. Fuck out of here with that lame ass shit. Impact's still pretty good, but it's very outdated by now. Yeah, I figure. Still be interesting to give it a try at least, but yeah, no, I expect it to have some pretty outdated stuff about it though. Oh, I can do oh, theater. Do I want to do theater? Nah, theater's gonna take too long. I got in like 15, 20 minutes anyway. Maybe I'll do theater tomorrow or something. Yeah, theater reset because the month rotated. So let's see here. Oh yeah, right. Flynn's isn't level 90 yet. You try playing lads for a day? Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, just to like see what it's like. Yeah, can't talk shit on a gacha without at least trying it first. Or can't talk shit on something without, you know, at least trying it out first. In a way, it kind of reminds you of that one YouTube short that I saw where it was about this Asian girl interviewing this Asian dude, I think. Where it's like he talked about how he's a straight guy, but he tried having gay sex just to see what it was like. It was like, yeah, no, I think I'm still straight. It's like, okay, sure, can't really hate on that now, can you? At least you gave it a try. You gotta respect that. Caught. Hey, can't knock gay sex. Yeah, you gotta give it a try at least, you know. Let's see. I think I wanted to convert some of my vagrancy books. Yeah. I think Flynn's. Yeah, Flynn's. I think both Flynn's and Yahoda still want them. I think my Yahoda's already at level 9 though. She might still want a couple more. But I have to check. Would you like a strawberry? Okay, yeah, no, I got Yahoda's skills all to level 9 already. So yeah, don't need to worry about her ass anymore. Okay, so now it's just Flynn's. I'm just gonna get him to level 90 now. Gotta farm some more, gotta farm the Knuckle Duster a little bit more. In the meantime, I'll just keep farming some more of these robots. Farm the fucking clankers. Say Gex! After all these years, you still really like Genshin's designs? Yeah, man. Yeah, Hoyo, never count out Hoyo's ability to design characters. Oh, unless you're talking about Star Rail, maybe, but Genshin and Zenless, they absolutely still got it. I ain't worried about, you know, Hoyo in the character design department. Despite what some people may say about it on Twitter. None of the waifu games have this. None of the big ones anyway. The only waifu gacha games that I know like provides in-game ASMR are Azure Lane and maybe Brown Dust 2, but don't quote me on that. But those are the only ones that I'm aware of. But yeah, you'd think it'd be more common for more waifu gachas to have like waifu ASMR, but no, surprisingly they don't. Taking notes for this, yeah. I do think that more gacha games should, you know, grow the balls and, you know, grow a fucking pair and, you know, put like actual like official ASMR into their games. Like imagine if Zenless ASMR popped off. Oh yeah, right. GFL2 has in-game ASMR. Only a little bit, but yeah, they still do have some. Yeah, with the Groza, I think. If they add more tracks, then that'd be nice. But yeah, no, GFL2 actually has some now too. Just not a lot of it. Wish gachas will either put in very little fan service or go all out. Yeah, I think with how gacha games have developed, yeah, I think I agree with that one. Yeah, because like if you do like a weird in between, then yeah, people are gonna look at that and be like, well, okay, so what? How do you want to like? Where do you want to take this game then? You know, like it kind of gets people's hopes up that, oh yeah, they want Gooner content or they want non-Gooner content, and then you know. A little bit later, we get a patch where they seem to do the game seems to do the opposite. Yeah, no, I think I agree with you on that one. So that way, it's at least consistent, and people know what to expect. Like, I'm not saying that it's impossible to find some sort of middle ground here, but yeah, like we haven't seen a gacha be able to pull off like a good little like middle ground, at least not among the big popular ones anyway. You either want, like I said, great cinematic experience with a serious lore and world, or a parasocial Gooner experience. Yeah. Yeah, maybe there is a balance that you can strike that satisfies both sides of the spectrum like decently, but. Can you fuck another dude and still call yourself straight? Yeah, if you don't really enjoy it that much. I guess. I wouldn't know. Don't ask me. I'm just paraphrasing. What is enough of cooking with the other 3 archons? Oh, this is my version of a wheelchair team in Genshin. Because all these characters have abilities that just kind of, you know, do their own shit. Sausage. You can. Why are Wuo and Hoyo players so reactionary and paranoid? Can you explain the reason? Oh boy, that's a loaded fucking question. How do I talk about this without ranting for the next 30 minutes? Okay, so back when let me give you the history of the tribalism between those two communities. Back when Wuo were first starting to come out, in mainland China, I think this is where it started, because where else would it start? Chinese Hoyo players started talking mad shit on Wuwa before Wuwa was out. Like back when it was still like during the months leading up to Wuwa's release back in like what, May 2024. And so that triggered a lot of Wuwa players, even to this day, to become super defensive about their game, right? And naturally, Wuwa was the first big gacha, or like big quality, or like big production, AAA quality gacha game to come out after all the other ones, right? Because the 3 big gacha games back then, at least in my opinion, was that came out first were Genshin, obviously, then Star Rail in 2023, and then Wuwa in 2024. Wuwa is the first big gacha game to come out that isn't handled by Hoyo. So unfortunately, one of the side effects of Genshin Impact becoming so fucking huge, and to a lesser extent Star Rail as well, one of the consequences of that is that of Hoyo mainline Hoyo games becoming so big is that Hoyo players, that's all they know. So like, if they see, it was always gonna, in my opinion, it was always gonna happen that whenever we'd get another big gacha game to come out, that it would spark controversy, it would spark conflict between whichever community for that game turned out to be and the Hoyo players. Like, in my opinion, with how they act and how they behave, unfortunately, it's just kind of how it was inevitable, basically, right? Call Thanos, because this shit was gonna be inevitable. Like, I don't know how much we could have done to really prevent that from happening. Maybe there was a timeline where we never had this tribalistic shit going on, but with how big Genshin became and how big Star Rail became by that point, like, I don't know, man. I don't think there was really much hope there for like a peaceful, like, you know, like a peaceful relationship between those two communities. But where it really started getting out of hand is like, okay, the Wuwa players, at least back then, had an excuse to defend themselves against the Hoyo slander. Sure, I'll give them that. But eventually, they just started taking it way out of. They just started blasting it way out of proportion. Because here's the thing you have to realize about Hoyo players: they just talk shit about everything, man. It's not even personal. They just talk shit about anything that comes across their timeline. Because even to this day, a lot of Hoyo players, especially on Twitter, they don't really give a shit, man. They're just here to play their own games, bro. Like, yeah, sure, you'll find them talking shit about other gacha games from time to time, but like, they don't do it because it's malicious. More like, at least I don't feel this way. Maybe y'all disagree with me on this, but I feel like Hoyo players on Twitter don't talk shit on other people because they're trying to be malicious. It's more that they're just ignorant. They just don't know shit. They're just talking out our ass, basically, right? And then once they're done talking shit about something, they just move on, right? They just move on. If something else happens in the game, they usually go, they go talk about that instead. But Wuwa players, unfortunately, as a side effect of them being harassed by Genshin players or just Hoyo players in general, from the very get-go, unfortunately, that traumatized them. And if you want to talk about, fucking trauma, got trauma in a gacha game, let's talk about that. Wuwa players, I honestly think that a big portion of the Wuwa player base, at least on Twitter, have been traumatized by their initial conflicts with the Hoyo communities back when the game was coming out, back even before it came out, right? So they always have, a lot of them anyway, always have Genshin or Hoyo players in mind, and they incessantly glaze Wuwa, either directly or indirectly. And so whenever Hoyo players start to fucking talk shit on Wuwa again, oh, they go fucking ballistic on Twitter. I think they have been for the past couple of weeks, ever since we got Xbox released the preview gameplay for Denia and Denia, how do you say her name? And Hiyuki. It's been like that on Twitter for the past week or two, so that's nice. I don't know, maybe this is personal bias, I'll admit that, but whenever I see a Wuwa player glaze Wuwa, I feel like it's more I don't think it's just them just innocently glazing the game. Though, to be fair, if it's just them, if all they're doing is just glazing Wuwa, I don't really even mind that either. It's like, yeah, you can glaze your own game however much you want, right? At least you're not talking shit about another gacha game or something. But whenever I see Wuwa players talk shit on, other gacha games, it doesn't have to be Hoyo, just any gacha game they want to talk shit about. It's like, well, they're probably doing it maliciously. Because if you're glazing Wuwa, you probably came from Genshin, so it's not like Wuwa is your first gacha game, right? So you're not even talking shit out of ignorance. You can't be, because you probably played Genshin at some point in your life. And even when they even if they do nothing but glaze their own game, it's like, well, you know, you probably play Genshin, so the reason why you're glazing WoWa is because you're trying to show off how much better WoWa is over Genshin, right? Like, maybe there are some WoWa players out there who are just like, who are honest and they're just glazing WoWa just because they really like the game. But in my mind, at least, again, could very well be personal bias here. In my mind, I can't help but see WoWa glaze or WoWa shit talk posts on Twitter with the context of, oh, they're trying to be malicious about this. Like, they're trying to push an agenda here. Which is exactly what the fucking rats do. The fucking rat creators, like the Clown and fucking Glaive Keo and all the other fucking rats who still glaze the fuck out of WoWa these days. It's like, I can't give WoWa players the same excuse that I can to Hoyo players, you know? It's like, very rarely do I feel like they're just glazing or they're just talking shit, you know, just for the sake of talking shit. No, a lot of them are doing this because they want to push the fucking WoWa agenda. Because they want to make WoWa seem bigger than it really is. Like, I'm sorry, as much social media traction that WoWa gets on Twitter, it's like, no, WoWa is still nowhere near as big of a game as Genshin is. Like, it's probably not even as big as Star Rail, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, it is definitely one of the big 5 gachas. There's no doubt about that. But to say that it's anywhere, to pretend like it's anywhere near as close in size or player base to like the first 2 Hoyo games, like, no, bro. The one you can start compare. You can compare it to Zenless, and that'd be the most accurate comparison you can make, probably. I mean, it makes sense that both those games came out at roughly the same time. But like, comparing WoWa to like Star Rail or Genshin, you're out of your fucking mind. Like, you don't know shit, bitch. Like, sorry, dude. Like, I love WoWa as much as the fucking casuals do, or at least they think they do. You know, I fucking keep up with WoWa every single fucking day, do all the patches and do all the content and shit. But I'm sorry, Wuthering Waves is nowhere near as big of a game as either Star Rail or Genshin. That's just not how that works, man. And yet on Twitter, I see all these WoWa players fucking trying to push that fucking agenda, you know? Just trying so desperately to make WoWa seem like a bigger game than it really is. Like, ugh, like, come on, man. Anyways, now admittedly, I just went on a personal side tangent rant there. I didn't even answer the original question. To answer your question about why Hoyo and WoWa players are always so fucking toxic towards each other, mainly because of that. For the reasons I just mentioned. Hoyo players are just ignorant, because all the games they ever play are the fucking Hoyo games, right? We'd be lucky if you'll be lucky if you find a fucking single Hoyo player on like a random ass Hoyo player on Twitter who plays even 2 of the fucking big Hoyo games, right? Most of them only play 1 and that's it. It's like, take your pick between Genshin, Star Rail, maybe Zenless. But they're just ignorant. They're just stupid. They don't know what they mostly don't know what the fuck they're talking about a lot of the time. And with WoWa. Your average WoWa shill on Twitter is trying to push an agenda, or at least they fucking come off as it. And so, you know, you have those 2 communities face off against each other in a market where it's dominated by mainly Hoyo, but hey, you got other players like Kuro and now Hypergriff in there too. And it's like, yeah, no, those communities will inevitably clash with each other, especially when you consider that a lot of WoWa players are ex-Genshin players. Because like a lot of people who play WoWa these days, or have been playing WoWa, they came from Genshin, man. Like a lot of people who played Genshin, like after a few years, like no, they just got sick and tired of it. You know, they got tired of it. You know, the game didn't give them enough content for them to be satisfied with, so they just left. You know, back when Star Rail came out, a lot of Genshin players jumped ship over the Star Rail. And that's how we got the whole fucking, you know, Genshin could never memes. Remember? And then when Wuwa came out, even better. Because, hey, here's our very first gacha game that isn't being handled by Hoyo. So thank fucking God, right? Good fucking riddance. No, don't have to deal with Hoyo anymore. So yeah, it's an unfortunate situation, but that's how it is in my eyes. Again, for like the third or fourth time, because I love repeating myself. The Hoyo players are just stupid, and the Wuwo players, not all of them, but a lot of them, especially on Twitter, they're just out here to fucking push an agenda, especially the rats. So yeah, any conflict between them of any size whatsoever was gonna kind of you'll see it on Twitter. And, you know, the past couple of weeks, the past, like, week or two, have been the perfect example of that. Would you count Big Four players trying out Enfield as branching out and widening their gacha horizon? Yes, technically. Yeah. I mean, given the sheer amount of conflict and vitriol that we see on social media just between Genshin or just between Hoyo and Kuro communities, yeah, I would even consider it branching out if you took a guy on Twitter and had them play both Genshin or like a Hoyo game and Wuwa. Because, you know, a lot of these motherfuckers out here act like you can't play both. Oh, you have to play only one. You gotta pick a side, bro. You gotta pick a fucking side. It's like the concept of the mere concept of playing like two different big gacha games at the same time, like for some reason, just doesn't occur to a lot of these fucking gacha social media fucktards. Like, they just cannot handle it. Their brains just fucking flatline. As soon as you even merely suggest to them, how about you just play both games? Like, they just can't handle it, man. They fucking flipped it. They fucking flipped their shit as soon as you even dare to suggest something like that. Ayo, Gabe. Welcome back. Just saw my Tabora follow-up video. It reminds you of CC and Zenless space named Vladimir. I don't think I've ever heard of him. Vladimir had Omega crash out saying that all gacha devs are pedos and Logicon should die. Oh, are you sure his name wasn't Saint Tontus? They're just doing WoA players are doing identity politics, so Hoyo Shields just actively attack other community. I don't think I don't think it's fair for you to say that they actively attack other communities. Usually, something has to happen for them to for them to be aggroed. I think for this past week's what aggroed them the past week was the preview gameplay trailers for Denia and Hiyuki and Wuwa aggroing them this time. Because I think those two videos were getting a lot of social media traction, and the Hoyo players saw the Genshin players on not Genshin players, the Wuwa players on Twitter, starting to run their fucking 24/7 propaganda train, and decided to talk shit. But the reason why I don't like to say that Hoyo communities like to attack other people is that implies that they go out of their way to talk shit to other communities, when in reality, in my opinion, I feel like something has to happen first in order to draw their attention first, and then they talk shit. But if that's what you mean by that, then yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Reactionary behavior is even worse than IRL politics sometimes. I mean, at this point, are they any different? Are they any different at this point? And, like, that's so fucking sad to say in this day and age, but yeah, no, like, the tactics are the same. The names, the people involved, the communities, they might be different, but the methods and the tactics are all the same. What even is politics these days anyway? Like, it used to, that word used to mean something. Like, but these days, I'm not so sure anymore. Just hate that a lot of grifters love to use revenue to measure their success, the success of their games. Yeah, because, you know, more money equals obviously better, right? Yeah. Yeah, both Wuwa and Hoyo Glazers do that shit. But hey, I will say this. I want to say the Wuwa shills did it first. Because hey, you know, the rats kind of popularized the whole fucking gacha PvP, you know, the end of the month, start of the month, gacha revenue PvP bullshit. Yeah, it was them who popularized it first. So hey, they started it. So, you know, get fucked, I guess. Saw that one John Seaman retard on Twitter whining about how, oh, you Genshin players only care about revenue. When it turned out this month, all 3 of the big Hoyo gachas fucking clapped Wuwa's ass in terms of revenue. That John Seaman fucking fuck-ass retard pretending like he hasn't fucking shoved the fucking gacha revenue dildo up his own ass too. Fucking hilarious. Oh, Zenless made $1 million less bucks than last month. Clearly it's dying. Holy fucking shit, dude. I don't understand how people that retarded can actually exist. But sure, you know, world's a weird place after all. Numbers aren't even really that accurate either. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm sure you could find accurate numbers out there somewhere, but it's like, yeah. It's like, you gotta take these things with a grain of salt, but no, gacha VVB. Time to be a fucking retard again. Oh, sorry, not time to be. They always are. But yeah, it's just unfortunate, man. All the fucking clickbaity ass, fucking, you know, low-hanging fruit type shit. You know, knuckle dragging, fucking lowest common denominator type shit content. But you know, what you expect from the gacha community, right? Well, yeah, exactly, Crazy Wolf. That's all. I should have also mentioned that too. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, another reason why I'm more biased against Wuwa players, is, specifically the Wuwa shills on Twitter and shit like that. The reason why I'm more biased against them than I am against like Hoyo, the Hoyo shills on Twitter, is because in Wuwa, like on the content creation side of things in Wuwa specifically has a subset. Is it even a subset? It's like a lot of Wuwa creators out there. Like, I don't want to say all of them, but like a big number of like Western Wuwa creators. A lot of them either like at some point, or they still do this shit. They specifically fucking base their content on talking shit on Hoyo. Right? The fucking creators, like, I call rats, I've always called the rats, you know? It's like, say what you will about the fucking Hoyo community, but the Hoyo community very rarely, I'm sure, it's not like, I'm sure there's been at least one or two. I'm not saying that the Hoyo community from, like, the content creation side of things, like, they're perfect and completely blameless. Like, I'm not trying to suggest that, but, like, I think it's safe to say that most Hoyo creators didn't form their channels just to talk shit on Wuwa. But you see the opposite for Wuwa, right? Like an alarming number of Wuwa creators out there got their start fucking talking shit on Hoyo. It's like, I don't give a shit what your excuse is. Talking shit on something else, unless you do it in like a humorous way, like for entertainment purposes, and like it's not done in like fucking in like a bad way, like as long as you don't do it like distastefully, or you don't be a fucking asshole about it, right? Like Like I guess as long as you don't do it in like a distasteful way, like yeah, sure, I guess talking shit on, like basing your channel on talking shit about something isn't too bad, right? But that's not the case now, is it? So yeah, that unfortunately that also contributes to my bias against fucking the woo-woo shills on Twitter. It's like, yeah, no, y'all are fucking doing this because y'all are pushing a fucking agenda here. Whether because you want to do it yourself because you're an ex-Genshin player, you just hate Genshin by yourself, like on your own, or you know you watch Saint Tontus, you watch all of Saint Tontus's videos and you have his fucking dick up your ass constantly. You have his dick up your ass constantly. Like, whatever the case, it's like, yeah, no, the reason, like, for a lot of woo-woo shills on Twitter, yeah, no, the reason why you fucking do that shit is because you fucking hate Genshin. It's like, sorry, those two are not are not the same thing. At least not to me. You went to the WoW event in LA. Lots of CCs got invited. And yeah, I mean, how what is it? Kuro invited. I heard they invited a lot of like even like non-WoW CCs, like a lot of Hoyo, like a lot of CCs who just made Hoyo games. They invited a lot of them to Kuro Fest last year. Yeah, they don't care. It's a promo event. Guess who you didn't see? Lord Voldemort himself. Who? Tectone or Saint Ton? I mean, Tectone, obviously not Tectone. Assuming the WoW event in LA took place not too long ago. But yeah, obviously Tectone wasn't gonna be there. Because again, he said he wants to step away from gacha content. Seems like surprisingly he's keeping his word on that. So credit where credit is due. But yeah, if you're talking about Saint Tontus, if you're talking about the fucking clown, then yeah, no. He wasn't even invited to a Kuro Fest last year. Like, in terms of creator size, he should have been, but no, he just wasn't. This was last year. Okay, yeah. Then I should know. I think I remember which one that was. Yeah, because I remember tuning into not Saint Tontus stream, to a Fobmaster stream because I think he was IRL streaming that. And yeah, he Genazot showed up on his stream, I think, as like a cameo. So I think they were hanging out together. So yeah, if you're talking about that one from last year, then yeah, I think I remember that one. But yeah, in that case, then yeah, I don't know why Tectone didn't show up. But yeah, no, Saint Tontus not showing up. Yeah, no, the Kuro game probably knows. Yeah, no, Saint Tontus is too much of a brand risk. Fuck that piece of shit. Is reactionary behavior support? No, hell no, it's not. Like, I don't. If all you do is shill for the game, obviously they don't mind that because you're promoting their game for free. But like confrontational behavior where you go out of your way to talk shit on other gacha games and like pick fights with other people on social media or something like, no, hell no, because that makes them look bad. Like, if you are a developer of a gacha game, do you want your fans to act like pieces of shit IRL? Like, let's say for example, Kuro Game, right? Let's say for example, Kuro Game didn't know any better. They invited Saint Tontus over to Kuro Fest, right? And if they do that, right? And Saint Tontus goes around fucking talking mad shit and picking fights intentionally with other creators he knows are Hoyo creators, right? Because again, remember, like I said just earlier, Kuro invited a lot of a lot of creators who didn't even play WoW, right? Who are at least more known for their Hoyo content. Kuro Game invited a lot of those creators to come join Kuro Fest last year. I'm pretty sure, at least that's what I heard, right? So if that's the case, and they invited someone like Saint Tontus over to also join them, right? And it's very likely that St. Tontas knows that there are other Hoyo creators there, right? Or at least other creators who don't play WoA much, if at all, right? And therefore there's a very good fucking chance, given what St. Tontas is like, that he will go out of his way to pick fights with those creators or talk shit about them like publicly out loud. How do you think that makes Kuro Game look? Right? What do you think people will think if St. Tontas creates like a massive ass scene or whatever? There's drama he creates drama and that shit gets out of control, right? And suddenly Kuro Game is in the hot seat for like, oh, the news it makes national headlines in China. Oh, you know, fucking trouble like troublemaking foreigner a content creator at Kurofest this year creates a scene, blah blah blah, and it makes national fucking news. How do you think that's gonna make Kuro Game look? You tell me the answer to that, because I think the answer is pretty obvious. So no, these gacha devs don't want like the confrontational types. No, they don't want trouble. They just want people who will just play their games, you know, shill them if they want to, right? Because again, it's free advertising. But they don't want the confrontational types, dude. Because again, it's gonna make them look bad. Because, like, you never know, especially in China, you never know if, like, a small little thing just kind of spirals out of control and it becomes, like, fucking national news. You just don't know. You never know. So why run the risk? Why even run that risk? Like, people like the clown are fucking walking PR disasters. So why take that risk? Don't really think Kuro even notices? Well, for the most part, they can just ignore it, yeah. Because again, you know, I think I think it's ridiculous to hold developers responsible for like how their community ends up behaving. As long as, you know, developers themselves are not the ones like encouraging this sort of behavior themselves. As long as it, you know, they don't cross that line, yeah, sure, whatever. Can't hold the devs responsible for, you know, how their dog shit ass retarded players behave, right? But at the same time, they also need to make sure that nothing goes out of control. Because again, it doesn't, like, if a gacha company has drama, whether or not it's their fault, if it's drama that makes them look bad at all, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Because they look bad and they embarrass themselves on national TV or in the national headlines. And especially with how China is, where, remember, the government can get involved if shit gets bad enough. It's like, yeah, you're not wrong when you say that, you know, most of the time gacha devs don't really give a shit. But, like, there is the potential where they have to. You never see big Genshin creators like Doro or Ziox talking shit on WoA? Yeah. Yeah, you really don't. And, you know, the other side of the spectrum, you got fucking retards like Styx, St. Tontas, Tectone. Hey, Alicia, how's it going, man? I'm doing alright. I do have to get out of here pretty soon. I'm already running late for work today. But I just wanted to chat with chat for a little bit. Work, yeah. Real life sucks. Mortgage sucks. Taxes suck. Gotta make that paper, man. all these other gacha. And this is just me projecting, so excuse me for being a salty little bitch here, but all these other gacha CCs out here don't know how good they fucking have it, man. It's part of the reason why I'm so adamant about how I want other gacha CCs to like actually fucking play some more gacha games. It's like, brother, I can main 20 different gacha games while fucking doing fucking DoorDash fucking for like anywhere from like 4 to like 6 or 8 hours a fucking day depending on my schedule. And you're telling me you got some other gacha creators out here who barely fucking play one? It's like, no wonder the fucking gacha community as a whole, especially on social media, is so fucking cooked, man. You're all fucking retarded, bro. Well, like they say, be the change you wanna see in your community type shit. So I'll still be here regardless. Why did Paimon become a robot companion? Oh, this guy, the pet in Genshin. This is a pet. It's not Paimon. I think this little guy was a what is it? This guy's more of a an anniversary pet. He's pretty cute. He's just a little guy. Anyways, I do gotta get out of here, chat. It was fun talking with everyone though. Yeah, little pet guy. They've been slowly adding like a pet or two every year, starting from a few years ago, I think. So we have a couple now, but I like this little robot guy the best. Okay, I'm gonna send you guys over to Mr. Fobmaster. Is the time go now? Yes, I gotta go off to work. I go grab something to eat, and then go grind like the good little wage slave that I am. So yeah, it is time to go. But thanks for hanging out, Sakura. I don't know if this is your first time in chat or whatever, but it was great just chatting with you about random gacha stuff. But yeah, I do lurk in Genazod's stream sometimes, so maybe I'll see you there. But yeah. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Appreciate it. I'm gonna send you guys. I'm gonna send the Twitch boys over to Fobmaster. Go tell them I said what's up. But yeah, it is time for me to go and go grind for my next gacha pull. But anyways, show up again. Hey, thanks man. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, hope to see you show up again. I'll probably stream again tomorrow because again I need to catch up with Genshin stuff and Wuwa stuff too. So I will probably stream tomorrow, or at least I'll try, and I'll try to stream on Sunday too. So yeah. Hopefully we'll see you here again, same time, or roughly the same time. But yeah, take care everybody, and